Hello, Kevin, and welcome to your relationship chart reading. First of all, thank you so much for your patience. So I am going to break this down to you in two ways. This right here that we're looking at is a composite chart. This is going to outline the goals of the relationship, the tone of the relationship, and that sort of thing. The other chart that I'm going to read for you after this one is going to explain how you affect each other to sort of give you some insight on the things that you are triggering in each other. So first and foremost, it's important to take note of the rising. The rising in the chart is the path that the relationship is taking. And for both of you, with this energy setup, how should I explain this? At the time that you were both born, you had your own energetic setup. At the moment that you met, your energies merged. Because this is the alignment that you make together, what we're looking at in the middle here. I'm going to break down what the elements, the ingredients of this relationship is. Oh, this is actually synastry. So no, don't listen to that. That was the synastry. This is the composite. See, I had my stuff all set up for you. I was ready to really knock this out. So this is the energetic baby that you guys make together. The other one that you were just looking at is what your energy looks like and how you ping off of each other. So that's what we'll get to second, because I want to explain the path that this relationship is meant to go on, what restrictions, what gifts, what blockages, and what the karmic nature of it is, because it appears that this has something to do with an old issue with your legacy. And this is for both of you guys. So the path this relationship was meant to take has something to do with business, finances, what you want for your legacy in life. And keep in mind, this is for both of you that this is responding. This also has a lot of tones of you guys being friends at some point, or even possibly being a part of the same community. But that'll go to this last place here of this like sort of martyr energy, or maybe sort of an illusion in the relationship. It appears there are three levels that this went or was meant to go in order to play out the karma that was left over from the last life. Something didn't work out well with you guys in a friendship in the last life. Maybe you didn't come up with the idea together like you were supposed to, but we're going to look at the tone of the rest of the chart to get to the bottom of that. So to reinforce that this definitely has to do with something financial, is the fact that your second house, which is the house of how you guys would make your money together, is where you have the planet Saturn. This means there's a restriction till after age 28 for how you would be making money. And this has something to do with art, dance, music, film, poetry, or anything that allows people to bring their ideas that don't seem to come from them to this realm to inspire other people. This could also be photography, anything with visions, dreams, even spiritual work. Are you co-workers? Did you want to be co-workers? Did y'all sort of have a dream together? That could be a possibility here. But are you guys already 28? I'm looking to see if there's a possibility. If not, maybe you got together early and this is one of those relationships that's going to be back and forth over time. Because it's important to note that the main point of this chart is to get you guys to go from communicating in a sort of passive way on a day-to-day basis, because you came from a place of being people who were almost like family because y'all lived in the same area. That's what the past life was. In this life, you are meant to go beyond anything that you have learned in your local areas, both of you together, to somewhere foreign where you sort of begin your own life, a new tier of your legacy. That is really what this relationship is about. Moving beyond what you guys have experienced in the area that is local to you guys. There's something sort of restricting about where you come from. Although it's very comfortable, it appears, where you guys come from, like you had the ability to have a great education, spend time in nature, have some really good food, have a really good like basis as far as this relationship, and that's sort of the tone. That would be the root of this relationship. You both enjoy the finer things in life would be important. Now I see where the issue comes in here is that Lilith, which is the dark feminine energy in a relationship, is in your house of communication. Do you guys tend to have a hard time with your words or words being used against one another? That could very well be a possibility here because of this going on here. We also got to note that Aries, which is that sort of gruff energy, is in your communication house. There's something about the way that you guys communicate that is really abrasive. And you're meant to move towards a smoother, more understanding, peaceful communication that is grounded more in fact than feeling. There's a lot about feelings in this relationship, and that's noted by the fact that Cancer is in the sixth house of day-to-day activities, like what is required to keep this relationship up on a regular basis. With you guys having Capricorn and Cancer in this access, this means on a day-to-day basis, you have to do something that is you working together for the future of your family and something towards creating a home. This has to do with like decor, actual real estate, possibly also knitting, cooking, just really comfort energy as a balance for this relationship, because it's meant to be a relationship of mutually caring for one another. And that is actually, this relationship is so karmic, which probably is what makes it difficult for you, because you see vertex. Vertex is literally a karmic point in your chart. There is a marriage that is meant to come from this, or a partnership or something that requires you guys to work together, where you'll be using your creativity to do with homes. Have you discussed real estate? Have y'all discussed anything that helps other people as a team? Because you would be a great team together with the energy that you have going on here. Although there are times where the relationship will be quite dramatic, because this is the marriage house. And that's the karmic marker there for that. So this 8th house here is the house of sex, death, inheritances, other people's money, taboo things, real estate, stock markets, inheritances. This, it appears, is the way that you guys would be of service. That's first important to know, that really, I get a lot of feeling here about you guys working with homes or real estate or finding ways to liquidate your money together. There's a very financial tone about this. But also that your relationship would be centered here in this house, because that's where the moon is, the heart of the relationship. The connection that you have here is an intimate one, something that is beyond your mental understanding, but your soul understands. And that's also where the Chiron is. There is something here about being in a partnership that is causing a block, a wound, if you will, because Chiron is the wounds in your chart. And this is at the same part as your feelings. Like there's some emotional connection here that you guys want to happen that is being worked against for some reason. Is it pride? Possibly. Is somebody wanting things to be too perfect? Is that the issue here? Because it definitely feels like it, because there is something about your partnership that needs to be done outside of at least 2 hours or more outside of where you guys come from in order for you to thrive. That is where the purpose point, like what you guys came for, is, and the Mars, the drive, the thing that makes all this fighting or gruff energy better, is when you step away from families that are affecting you, or the traditions, or the people around you, particularly with this case, it could be younger siblings, neighbors, that sort of thing, because the partnership is wounded when it's in this area. This is the 9th house of belief systems. The ones you develop on your own, not the ones you're given. Sort of like spiritual guru energy. If you go off on a trip and you find out who you are, this is where their house is. This is where what your purpose in this relationship is. Maybe you guys need to take a trip or take some time, and then eventually y'all will come to this point, because that is what is holding up the partnership, because there were a lot of things that were meant to be held up here until after you guys went through your Saturn return as a couple, which is actually on its way within the next 4 years. After that would be like a really good time for you guys to have matured enough to deal with all of the energy that you have here. That has something to do with starting a whole new layer of your legacy, a whole new business, because you see, this right here is your MC, the midheaven, the highest point of this chart for you guys. Being in control of other people's money, power, being on top of your game. This is definitely energy for you guys, being people who are flippers, so to speak. You'd be getting your best money, because here's Venus, the planet that controls how you earn money, and Pluto, the planet of transformation. At the highest degree, you have it in this planet. You guys would be really good with liquidating other people's money, or flipping your assets or your inheritances, and taking them to a foreign place, because it really appears here, based upon the setup, there are so many things connected to the fact that the Sagittarius energy, this energy of you stepping out and starting your own branch, stepping into your own, away from what you've been told, creating your own thought system as a couple, because remember, this is for both of you guys, is really important. This is Mercury, the planet of how you think, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, and the sun, the ego, the identity of the relationship. You are both deeply connected to a group of people who are foreigners, who are outside of where you come from, people who enjoy traveling, people who enjoy being optimistic, the finer things in life, and discussing philosophy, even higher education, even college students with this energy here. But there is so much in these 2 houses that says that you guys are meant to be well known for your business. And that is backed up by this house. This is the 12th house, the house of the things that will be the undoing for this relationship. You guys would have to deal with not karma, first of all, in the sign of Capricorn. So there's something about money, something about financial. And since you said that her regular sun is there, which we'll get to in a minute, that definitely pings this in this house. Something about family is connected to this. Something about status, recognition, fame is deeply connected to this. And this is Uranus, the planet of radical change, which connects to this house right here, which means that there is an opportunity that this relationship will change and start to go towards the path it's meant to be on. If you're working in a legacy after something happens that causes you guys to move to another area, or you come to the agreement that maybe you'll move and try something on your own and buck the system. So I'm going now to the synastry chart, which shows how you affect each other. We're just looking for a couple main points here to help you maybe understand where each other are coming from. So hers is on the outside with the red, and yours is on the inside with the blue. First thing first, Pluto and Pluto are near each other. Not in the same sign. Are they in the same sign? Not the same. No, but this gives it a Plutonic sort of feeling. That means you guys transform each other. You ping each other. And because this is in the 12th house and the 9th house, you are changing each other's belief systems at a deep level, challenging each other's. And you can see your purpose is connected to her transformation in a karmic way. Like her life will be stagnant without the changes that you are sort of inspiring in her that might be frightening her away. Over here, we have Uranus, that planet of radical change, and Neptune, which is that karmic factor we have here that sort of puts a cloud over everything, working with her sun, her identity, something about how your status or where you come from, what group you belong to. It has some sort of effect on how she feels about her ego or her identity that needs to be worked out here. Also, we want to look at where your south nodes are. That's where you come from. See, this means you're coming from her house of self. You help every time. You help her understand who she is. But last life, it was more in an independent way. Like you guys did not merge. And in this life, you're going more into a partnership. Absolutely. Because your north node is over here. I'm sorry. Her north node is over here, which is the hand of fate. Her purpose in this life is to be known for being in a partnership. That lands in your marriage house. This is a karmic relationship that has many layers to it that have to be healed in regards to finances and understanding each other's viewpoints and putting aside the viewpoints that are being pressed upon you in this relationship. But this is definitely something you guys came to do together, because look at these two Neptunes. This is karmic. You guys are soulmates of some format, and things are meant to come together after you both mature some. So thank you for your patience in this opportunity, and please let me know what questions you have.